I'm sitting on a park bench and reading a short English paragraph. I'm pausing to look at the trees when I need a break. I'm repeating phrases that sound nice. I'm learning with a calm mind. Sophia reads an English article while riding the bus home. Some words bounce in her mind as the bus moves, but she practices quietly anyway. She feels proud that she can learn anywhere. He never told anyone about his reading habit. It was his quiet personal journey, a secret promise he kept just for himself. Every night, he read an English page, not to impress, not to prove anything, but because it made him feel proud in a soft, private way. Some victories don't need an audience, he realized, and English became the victory he celebrated silently, page by page, deep within his own world. At the bread section, Tuan cannot find his favorite whole wheat bread. He looks around, then decides to ask a staff member in English. He says, "Excuse me, is this bread finished today?" and shows a picture on his phone. The staff explains that it is out of stock, and Tuan realizes that even when the answer is no, using English still helps him know the situation clearly. Some evenings felt empty, too quiet, too slow, too uneventful. But the moment he opened his English book and read a page, the evening gained purpose. It didn't matter if he understood everything. What mattered was the small step forward. Over time, those quiet evenings became the foundation of his growth. A single page, read consistently, turned ordinary nights into meaningful progress. Olivia brings an English book on her business trip. She reads during free time and practices pronunciation. The new environment motivates her to learn. She feels proud of her consistency. Today, Lan challenges herself to use English for her entire supermarket trip. She reads signs, checks labels, and asks 2 short questions in English to the staff. At first, she feels slow and a bit nervous, but step by step, she finishes all her shopping with the language she is learning. Walking out of the store, she realizes that English is no longer just a school subject, but a real tool she can use in everyday life. During my first English presentation, I felt as if every word was stuck behind a locked door. I tried to push through the introduction, but my voice shook with every sentence. The audience waited patiently, which somehow made me even more nervous. That day, I understood that confidence comes from preparation, and preparation needs English. One day, I decided that every restaurant visit would also be an English lesson. I would try one new phrase, ask one new question, or read one new word on the menu. Slowly, my fear turned into a game. That decision turned everyday meals into small steps toward a bigger English future. Hua goes to the supermarket with her foreign friend who cannot speak the local language. She decides to use English to help both of them find what they need. They talk about vegetables, snacks, and drinks while walking through the aisles together. At the end, Hoa feels happy that English allows her not only to shop smarter, but also to build a closer friendship. Emma tells Mark that she learns English to connect with more people around the world. She explains that speaking clearly helps her feel more confident. Mark shares that he also learns for travel. Their goals make the conversation meaningful. Ryan wants to ask Natalie about her presentation. He worries about presentation. He asks, "When is your presentation?" Clearly. Natalie smiles and answers, making Ryan feel confident. Michael reads an English book to practice word stress. He marks difficult words and says them aloud gently. As he repeats them, the rhythm feels more natural. Reading becomes a way to train his ear. Folding laundry was never exciting, but he turned it into something meaningful. Before starting, he sat on his bed with the freshly washed clothes beside him and read one English page. The soft scent of clean fabric made the reading strangely comforting. Once the page was done, he folded his shirts with a lighter heart. This simple pairing, page then laundry, slowly became a ritual of mindfulness and growth. Even chores felt better when he began them with a story. I joined an English panel discussion for the first time. My answers were short and stiff, while others sounded natural. I felt the gap deeply. That experience made me treat English like a long-term investment. Michael attends a club meeting and meets Olivia. He speaks carefully because he wants to sound natural. Olivia listens patiently and encourages him. Michael feels happy making a new friend through English. Michael sees a visitor trying to ask for prices in a store. He helps translate the question into simple English. The shopkeeper answers clearly. Michael enjoys helping both sides communicate. I'm sitting near my lamp and reading a simple English story. I'm slowing down to enjoy each line. I'm repeating the sentences that feel special. I'm closing my day with meaningful learning. Jason wants to ask Grace for the office's phone number. He fears saying number incorrectly. He asks, "What is the phone number?" Clearly. Grace provides it, and Jason feels proud. Olivia reads an English book with her friend Michael. When she mispronounces a word, he helps her repeat it. They laugh and enjoy the learning process. Reading together makes her less afraid of mistakes. I'm standing outside and reading a simple English text. I'm letting the breeze help me relax. I'm repeating words that are hard to pronounce. I'm enjoying a refreshing study moment. Noah tells Sophia his English goal for this month. She shares her goal for his language too. They motivate each other kindly. Daniel reads English stories to learn new vocabulary. Whenever he finds a new word, he says it aloud twice. Slowly, the words stay in his memory. Reading becomes a gentle teacher. I'm reading a small English paragraph between tasks. I'm absorbing each line without rushing. I'm noting expressions I want to reuse. I'm turning small pauses into meaningful learning. I'm sitting on the floor and reading a short English passage. Calmly, I'm letting the silence help me stay focused. I'm repeating certain lines to feel the rhythm. I'm learning in my own peaceful space. Lily hears a tourist mention the wrong bus number. She gently explains the correct one. The tourist thanks her for catching the mistake. I'm using my short break to read a few English sentences. I'm repeating them with a soft voice. I'm noticing which parts still feel unclear. I'm using small pauses to grow steadily. Grace shows a tourist how to buy tickets online. She explains which button to press and how to confirm payment. The tourist succeeds and looks delighted. At boarding, I didn't understand the English announcement about group numbers. I entered the line too early and had to step aside. I felt embarrassed, but learned something important. English helps me follow systems, not just conversations. My internal English demo was full of pauses because my mind translated everything word by word. The translation slowed me down until I lost my momentum. That experience showed me the value of thinking directly in English.